now, but there you go. Look, this is down on the promenade down at Patron. Look at that. Like I say, it's quite windy, but at least the sun shines out. There you go. And we're on our last leg home. It's Sunday morning here in New Zealand. It's not Sunday morning in many other places in the world. It's been a very, very long trip. Anyway, let me get the old laptop fired up and we'll see how we're doing with the comments. Now, I did notice on the camera things are quite glitchy, so let me know if the video's any good. I was hoping there was some decent internet around here. Almost there. We've got Roger Heaps. Good morning, Roger. Roger says, good morning, Andy and crew. Good morning, Roger. Simon Roll. Good morning, Andy and crew. Word for word. Good morning, Simon. Roger Heaps. How was Mrs. Mechanic's island getaway? Well, she had a great time, actually. She's been tallying it up, and she's been doing quite a lot of walking in addition to what she did on Stewart Island. And in total, I can't believe this, in total, she's done 150 kilometres. And so's Team Marmite. Marmite hasn't done the island stuff, but she's done all the other stuff. I think she was saying last night, Marmite's done about just shy of 50 kilometres. Little tiny legs on the dog, 50k. Incredible. No, she's done really well. She's done 150 k's all up. I don't know, something like, I can't remember how many she's done actually on the island, but it was a hell of a lot. Yeah. Mike Zansky, good morning from snowy Virginia. Good morning from a very poor nation called New Zealand now. Our fuel prices have gone through the roof. Yesterday was quite hilarious. There were some massive queues outside petrol stations. People panicking, trying to get the tanks filled up before the prices hiked up again that evening. It was hilarious. Kill switch BB. Hi Andy and crew. Damn Andy, that's a tad windy there. It sort of fits and starts. When I first got here, it wasn't too bad, and then it got really bad, and then it died off. And of course, as soon as you press the go live button, the wind picks up. Can you hear me okay? That's the important thing. I'm not too bothered about the video. The quality of the video we can probably get around, but it's the internet. It's, you know, if you can't hear what I'm saying, it's not going to work, is it? Now then, Simon Roll, look, ponytail in. Thanks, Simon. It's actually got a mind of its own at the moment. It really has. Not a lot I can do about that at the moment. Purple Monkey 1974. Hello, good morning, Purple Monkey. Welcome to Patron. In fact, I've got the map out. I'm going to show you the map where we actually are, just for those that don't know. So down here, this is Wellington. We got into Wellington last night. Oh, about tea time it would have been. I think we docked just before tea time. And we are at a little place. Well, we're actually at Lower Hut where we stayed last night, which is somewhere up there. And then I drove down this morning to Patron on this promenade, looking out across the harbour. And if you look behind me over there, that's Wellington down there. I thought I'd give you a nice view for the morning. Show you another chunk in New Zealand, you know. It's different wherever you go. It really is. Anyway, so that's the map done. Where do we get to? Comments. Sheldon's on the live stream again, as always. Good morning, Andy, Mrs. Mechanic, Marmite, and crew. Very formal. Thank you, Sheldon. And I'll remember to send you those bushes down when I get to get home. I'll dig those out for you. Kill switch. Andy's cap getting free dusting by the. Yeah, it's getting cleaned off, isn't it? Yeah. Although I tend to keep a nice clean one in the rucksack for live stream, so that's why they look a bit different compared to the work. Purple Monkey 1974. Trouble hearing you over the windy noise. Well, thank you. I'm going to bring the camera a bit nearer. That should eliminate the ponytail distractions. Is that any better? Tell me. I'll try and speak up best I can. I mean, there's nobody around. I can shout if need be. Now, V8 Burnouts. Greetings from the other side of the world in Portugal. Well, good morning, Portugal. Or probably good evening down there. It really is picking up, isn't it? If I bring you around this way, actually, that might do the map. How's that? I know it's very close. My apologies if you're watching on the big flat screen at home rather than on your phone. There's Andy's massive head on your wall, but hopefully that's going to help to improve the sound quality. Just let me know what it's like. If it's any better. Kill switch. Sound quality is about 30%. Ooh, that's not good, is it? It's almost like Apollo 13. Sheldon, audio's tough. Need to get out of the wind, bud. Out of it. We can always unsit the car, I suppose. We could do that. Let me just catch up with the comments. Jim Haynes, the wind is really killing the sounds. Can only hear about a third of half of what you're saying. Oh, that's not good. A bit bigger. 7:35 in the evening. Simon, someone has nicked some of the fuel out of my garden. What the hell? I do hope they put it in a car. It's contaminated with kerosene. Excellent. That'll slow down, won't it? Purple Monkey, notice you go a bit better. Bearable sound now. Okay, well I'll persevere for now. It's a bit boring in the car, but we can always jump in there if need be. Jim, that helped some. Excellent, thank you, Jim. Kill switch. Halloween comes early. Close up of Andy. There you go. Look, how's that? Right. Yes, not good at all. Not good at all. But no, I went to go get a coffee and a pie, and I went to. Oh, it's not on the cup. I went to this really well-known bakery. Thought, perfect. I'll get a nice pie for the live stream. I'll do a review on it. Got there about 5 to 8. They opened at 8. Went in. Steak and cheese pie, please. One of your best. And the young lady said, "I'm very sorry. The pies aren't ready yet." And they just scored really well on the pie server's attractiveness. She'd have scored. I would have given her a 9.5, maybe even a 10. But unfortunately, she couldn't deliver. No pie. So no score. Maybe next time I'm down, I'll try and swing by and grab one when they're a bit more organised. But the coffee's not bad. But we're not doing a coffee review. So what's the plan for today? Well, the plan is just to get home, in all honesty. You might have noticed from the thumbnail, I have picked up the infamous Suzuki DR200 Farm Special from the Motorcycle Mecca. Yes, it's coming home, it's on the trailer, and I got given another one. Let me show you. I'm going to take you around, hopefully the coffee won't blow away. I'll take you around the trailer, so prepare yourself. I'll try and cover the audio a bit with my body. I can keep the wind off it. So here we go, 3, 2, 1, turn you around. Boom. Right. Okay, so there you go. Look, the little bike. The little bike is back. Looking a bit more worse for wear. I did notice on the fuel tank where the umbilical cord of the crash helmet has been banging into the tank. I said to Mrs. Mechanic, I said, "Hey, don't worry about it. I'm gonna, I'll sandblast the fuel tank and I'll repaint it." And she said, "No, you can't do that. This is character. This is being burned." So fair enough. It can stay on. What I might do is just give it a light sanding and give it a lacquer just to preserve it all, because I don't want it to rust through like it did on the old Honda ATC. That would be bad. But yes, this is, look at this, a free motorcycle in blue, exactly the well, almost the same, different year. No idea what year it is yet, but it's in blue. It looks pretty smart in blue, actually. I've never seen a blue one. So very, very happy with that. We'll whiz around this side. I'll show you the other side of it. Dum 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 dum. Won't get run over. There we go. Look. So it's pretty cool. It's got a few dents in the tank, and of course it's got the standard, farmy rubber way stuff. Well, the paint comes off because of all the mud and stuff. But in the main, it's pretty whole. It's had the right-hand switchgear rocked and the front brake caliper rocked. But other than that, I've got the seat for it, and I've got the side panels. They're white, actually. There's no rack, unfortunately, that's gone, but I've got spare racks and stuff. So maybe, just maybe, I'll resurrect that one. We'll definitely get it going anyway on one of the videos. We'll get it fired up and see if it's charging once I've put a battery in it, obviously. I mean, look at this. This is terrible. Somebody obviously wanted the battery out really quick, and they just snapped off the ring terminals. Bastards. Look at that. That's rough. But, to be fair, they did give me it, so it was free. And free's always good. Right, let's head back. Dum 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 dum. Dum dum dum. The wind isn't as bad at the moment. It seems to have settled down a little bit. Turn you around, 3, 2, 1. Boom, right, I'm back. Okay, bring you really close, and that's going to scare the crap out of all of you. Didn't shave, didn't tidy up. Anyway, such is life. In fact, I need to go up a little bit. Oh, I know. Bear with me. How's that? Okay, so, back to the comments, because you guys are making this live stream, not me. Simon, is that a long-range tank on the blue one? No, it just looks bigger. I think it's exactly the same. It just looks a bigger fuel tank. I mean, to be fair, I could get 300 k's out of the when I was riding the white one, and a lot of that was off-road. It did incredibly well on fuel, which, you know, actually nowadays, when fuel's about the same price as a house, it's not a bad thing, is it? Talking about fuel, I don't want to bore you too much, but you know, we are motorheads and we do use a lot of petrol and diesel and stuff. And diesel, the highest we've had diesel here was, what was it? It was $2.47. So say $2.48 per litre. Now, bearing in mind, when we went into first lockdown here in New Zealand, because obviously people couldn't drive around, fuel prices dropped considerably, we did get down to about $1 a litre again, which is very cheap for diesel. Normally it's about, I don't know, $1.30, $1.40, so you can stick an extra dollar, an extra buck on every single litre. And I called in at a petrol station only a few days ago, and the tank wasn't empty, it was still showing quarter of a tank. So I brimmed the tank for a long trip, and it was $163 just to fill it up from a quarter of a tank. Unbelievable. That would normally be, I say normally, pre-war, 163 would normally fill the tank, you know. And I would struggle to get 160 bucks in when it was completely empty. So, quite a considerable difference, to be fair. Now then, where do we get to? V8 Bergner. To be brutally honest, I can't stand Suzuki's. The last one I owned, an SV1000, gave me headaches. I don't think they're a bad bike. I mean, the componentry isn't as good a quality, I don't think, on some of the models as to other brands, but they are a lot cheaper. You know, I mean, you could pick up a brand new DR650. They had a run out because, of course, they haven't got ABS. They had to get them sold by the end of October last year. $8,200 on the road for a brand new DR650. That is ridiculously cheap. I mean, they've all been sold now. You can't get one at that price. But they had a lot in stock, and the market was flooded with them. And a lot of people got a bargain motorcycle which will last them many, many, many years. And they're nice and simple to work on as well. So I think it's horses for courses. End of the day, you get what you pay for. But in reality, they're not a bad bike, especially for the money. The SV1000s couldn't really comment on that, to be fair. Not had one, not really worked on it. Simon might be able to chip in for you. Now then, JJ, morning Andy and crew, morning JJ. Sorry, it's a really windy day. You've got me very close up. I don't have a remote mic, so you have to just put up with my ugly mug and hardly any background at all. Now then, Jim Haynes says, sounds like the garden and shed at Homebase has a few too many free items, as you keep saying you are running out of free space. I am. I have no idea where that blue one's going to go. I have tried with Mrs. Mechanic. I've got a couple of brand new bikes. Well, I say brand new. They're very, very, very clean and done hardly any work. I said, look, at least one of them would look really nice in the lounge. You know, clean it all up, take the petrol out, put it in the lounge. Great feature, you know, for the lounge. Categorically, very strict. No, that will never happen. Even whilst I'm still breathing. So that wasn't going to happen until I had to back off of that idea. But it would have looked cool, and the colour scheme of the bike would have gone really well with the colour scheme of the lounge. You just didn't see my point. Anyway. So Simon says £2.06 in some places in the UK. That is mental, absolutely mental. I have noticed, to be fair, I know it's Sunday, but there's really hardly any cars on the road. Yesterday was pretty quiet as well. I think people are really trying to just not spend money on fuel at the moment, given the escalating prices. And it only seems to be going up. If it can still possibly keep going up, in all honesty, it's just ridiculous. Anyway, Jim Haynes, have the government calmed down over lockdowns yet? Well, they keep saying that there won't be any more lockdowns. We just have to ride the storm, and this wave is working its way through New Zealand. I did read something last night saying that they reckon that Auckland, which is where the vast majority of the cases are, has now peaked and is on the way down. I don't know. The rest of the country is definitely still on the up. I think it was a great idea to get this South Island trip done before the number of cases outside Auckland go through the roof. It was a very productive trip, got an awful lot done, pretty knackered to be honest. It has set me back quite a bit on other projects in the workshop, but I can't be everywhere all the time. I just, it's like anything else, you only have so much time in the week to get stuff done, and if I'm away from home, it's a dead stop, isn't it? So no, I don't think, Jim, there'll be any more official lockdowns here in New Zealand, but they're just dealing with it as it comes along. I also think that an awful lot of people are getting symptoms and not, or they may even get a test done, but not actually declaring that they're positive, or not bothering to get a test done, because you can buy those rat tests now, so you know unofficially if you're positive or negative, and it's down to you whether you report it or not. Now then, where we get to Jim, here in the States, we hear about people drilling the plastic gas tanks to steal gas because it's easy. I can't believe it. Honestly, the scum. When we parked up last night at the motel, there was a guy sat in a car, and as I was getting the bags out, Mrs. Mechanic noticed that he took a photo of the contents of the trailer from his car. He tried to be discreet, but it was not discreet at all. I thought, hey, that's a bit odd. Maybe he's flicking that through to one of his mates and say, hey, you want to come down here a bit later on tonight and you get yourself a free motorcycle. And then, honestly, about 10 minutes later, when I was talking to the old lady that ran the motel, a blue car went past with two very dodgy looking youths, and they slowed right down and they were eyeing up what was in the trailer. And I got talking to the lady that runs the motel, and she said, look, this area's actually got really bad. Quite a few of the tradesmen's vans have been broken into and tools stolen out, on the car park with CCTV and massive floodlights. But they're so brazen, they just come in anyway and steal stuff. So I tried to secure things best I could. We got the trailer as close to the building as we could, and I kept checking on it through the night, and fortunately it was okay. But just don't need that kind of stuff. You don't get that in the South Island. It's not really. Apart from maybe in Christchurch, it would be a bit dodgy. But the rest of the place isn't that at all. Bloody Wellington, eh? I'm sure Auckland is, in all honesty. Not that I want to go to Auckland at the moment. Now then, hang on. Where do we get to? Connor K. Good morning, Connor, and apologies for the poor audio. Connor says, greeting Andy and crew. Looking forward to seeing more of that new Unimog. Just to make things very, very clear, I used to have a Unimog in England, a U1000, had it for about 11 years, thoroughly enjoyed it, did do lots of repairs on it, super machine, never really managed to get it stuck, it always did everything I asked it to do, and then of course when we left the UK I had to sell it, and I think it went to some third world country with the digger that we had. And for quite a few years I keep seeing the old Unimogs up and down the road. The vast majority are still under military ownership, and they do auction them off every now and again, and they usually go for around about 20,000 New Zealand dollars, which isn't a great deal of money, but they are very, very expensive to maintain if you need parts. So it's a bit of a commitment. They've probably been reasonably well maintained, so you should get a good start at least. But if you keep it long term and you do use it, it will cost you considerably to run it. I haven't bought one yet. We spotted that one in Timaru at some military camp thing, and the gate was open, so I wandered in, took some pictures, and then I started the conversation again. Mrs. Mechanic, well, I really need to get one of these. So maybe one day maybe next year. I've got to pay for Trevor the tractor first though, before I start lashing out that kind of money again. But it's definitely on the cards. Definitely really would like to have one. The one that I took the photo of, I think, is a U1300L, which is the troop carrier version, the truck version. It doesn't have the same hydraulics as the U1000 that I had. That had spool valves, and it had a three-way tipper on the back, whereas that military one doesn't have that feature, unfortunately. So, although it did have a winch on the front, so the winch may well still be hydraulically driven, or it could be driven off the PTO, I don't know. And I wasn't about to start clambering around underneath a military truck in a military compound with signs saying trespassers will be shot. So, yeah. Anyway, it didn't say that. It just said I'll be in trouble, basically. No entry and all that kind of stuff. But it still felt pretty bad just taking photos and then legging it. But there was nobody around, so that's their problem. Now then, hang on, we scroll back a little bit. We've zoomed ahead. There we go, right. V8 Burglar, yes, it was cheap. I bought a 1000 brand new for the price of a 600. That was a red flag. Nobody was buying it. Yeah, electrics tend to be a little bit poor on the old Suzuki's. Things like stators tend to burn out pretty quick. I remember the V-Strom here in New Zealand, especially the earlier ones, were plagued with charging problems. Simon, V8. Did the bottom end go on it? I hope not. The thing destroys a clutch pads at 15,000 kilometers. That's really bad. Really bad. Emsler. Morning, Andy, from Waiheke Island. Oh, I bet it's windy on Waiheke. I watched one of your mechanic vids to learn how to check my brake pads and brake discs. Thanks for that. Yay, Waiheke is loaded with COVID cases now. Really? That's very unfortunate. And thanks for the thanks on the videos. Appreciate it, and I'm pleased it was helpful to you. John Nuttall, sit in the car, Andy. Yeah, okay, we can do that in a second. John Dwyer. Wind noises annoying. This morning, Andrew. Okay, hang on. Harry Darg. There was a guy that kept getting his truck broken into. Finally, he made it to where he hooked 1000 volts to the vehicle. He never had problems ever again. Good on him. Right, okay, I take the hint. Let's get in the car. Give me a second to get sorted out. There's a few things to move around. I'll just let you watch the view for a second while I get sorted. Give me a second. Okay, we can go in the car. Dum. Get out of the wind. You've been long enough, haven't you, really, with all the wind and stuff. We'll make it work somehow. Bear with me. I've got to sort the tripod out. Right, keys, get rid of the keys. Okay, we're going in. Jeez! How's that? Make sure there's nothing in the view that you're not allowed to see. That'd be interesting. Right. Okay, this is going to be hilarious. How is this going to work? Right, I'm going to try and put you up somewhere. And the camera is way too high, so hang on. Is that going to go that way? There we go. Right, sort the tripod out. Okay, I'm going to have to move. You're on a bit of an angle. There we go. Hopefully that's going to work. Dash is very... There we are. Woohoo! Right, laptop. I don't think there's anything in the viewing that you're not supposed to see. So I think we're okay there. The wind's died down, so I can sort the ponytail out. Look at that. Right, where do we get to? John, thank you for that. Definitely a lot better in it. It's getting cold out there as well, actually. John Dwyer, wind noise is annoying this morning, Andy. Andrew, sir. Okay, yeah, we've sorted that problem out. Now, laptop's doing weird stuff at the moment. Where's my mouse gone? Okay. Harry Dar, there we go. Right. V8 Bergner. No, Simon. It was the clutch basket, the biggest problem. It gets loose due to bad machining and developed a horrible vibration in the engine, and those clutch baskets are not cheap. I've bought 3. Holy crap. That's ridiculous. Jesse Dixon, got a what do you call it? I very rarely get these. It's a super chat, I think it is. Have you ever done a burnout? Only on motorcycles, not really. Oh no, I actually have. I have done a burnout. One of my students left me a car when he went home abroad from New Zealand for a few months, and it ended up being at my house for a very long time. And I actually didn't think he was coming back for it. It was a bit of a heap, in all honesty. It was on the driveway, and one day Ben was out, and we had to move the car, and it was rear wheel drive. So I just had this sudden urge to go and do a burnout. But the worst thing was I did it right outside the house that I lived in, which, you know, you should never shit on your own back doorstep, and filled the street with smoke. Great fun. But yeah, it did attract quite a bit of attention, which was most unwanted. So yes, done burnouts on bikes and cars. I'm very different to burnouts. I remember I used to drive around. We used to have this little Suzuki Jeep, a little yellow one, when we first started the off-road centre. And a good friend of mine, Matt Plowman, he converted it into a pickup for us. So we took the rear seats out. It was a soft top, so we just put a steel panel behind the front two seats, made it into a pickup. Only problem was it had drum brakes all around, which were 9 times out of 10, they were never adjusted up very well, and it didn't really have very good brakes. So I used to hoon on down the gravel road, and when I wanted to turn off down a fire brake, rather than use the brakes, I'd just bang it into first gear, give it a little Scandinavian flick, and then dump the clutch, and then, you know, feather the throttle through and power through and line it up with the track I wanted. And it was immense amounts of fun driving that thing around. Very different when you've got no brakes. But I got very good at it. It was great. Now then, JJ, yep, that's so much better from in the car. No problem, chaps, no problem at all. I try and stay out of the car with live streams whenever I can, in all honesty. It was really windy out there, so I was hoping it was going to give up, but it didn't. Now, V8 Burglar, I've downgraded to a Honda NC 750. Nice. The bike is uglier than sin, but reliable. Well, it's a Honda. I've got 203,000 kilometers and 0 problems. Wow, that's a long way. Only tires and oil changes. Well, you did extremely well out of that. What a bike. Jesse Dixon, legend. Hey, no problem, mate. No problem at all. So the plan of attack for today, once I've left here, I've got to go and collect the Mrs. Mechanic. I've not, what time is it? Oh, it's only 9 o'clock. We're all right, plenty of time. Got to pick up Mrs. Mechanic. I let her have a bit of a lie-in this morning. I think she would have enjoyed it down here, though. She's got to go take a Marmite for a walk down the promenade. There's a couple of nice big piers as well, but she's been walking every day. She needs some time off. Her joints will be aching a little bit, to be fair. Mine would be. I couldn't walk that far. I couldn't walk 150 kilometres. I'd be dead. Stuff. So from here, we're going to head north. Which way will we go? I think we'll be going up the 1. I don't know, actually. No, because we're already on this side. So the 1 runs up the west coast from Wellington. We're already on the State Highway 2. So from here, it'll take us to a place called Carterton, and then Masterton, and then up to Dannyverk. And then from Dannyverk, we've got to make a decision whether we cut across over the hills past the windmills, which is very slow going, all back roads, to get back to meet the 1 to carry on to go onto Desert Road, and then round Lake Taupo. So we go past Mount Ruapehu, Desert Road, very twisty, and pretty windy up there today actually as well. And then around the west side of Lake Taupo to get home. It's about a 6-hour drive from Wellington, maybe a little bit longer with the trail. It's not too bad. It's not much fun if it's pouring or rain, but hopefully it should be dry. It should be dry all day by the looks of it. I don't think we're going to get any rain today. I don't think. If we do, it'll only be little showers because they'll get blown away again with all this wind. So I'll get home probably mid-afternoon, just chill for the rest of the day. Make sure just do a perimeter check, make sure the house is okay and nothing's been broken into. Luckily, Ben went down to the property on, was it Wednesday? I think it was Wednesday, and then went home Thursday, and that's illegal. And everything was fine then, so I think we should be okay. I really hate leaving the house empty. I do. It scares me shitless. Anyway, we've had no problems yet in recent years, so touch wood. And we've got new neighbours now, which are very nice, and they said they'd keep an eye on the place. So that's a bit of peace of mind, isn't it? Pete, hi Andy and crew. Sorry I'm late. How was your week? See, you have a bike in the back. Yes, I've got two actually. So I've picked up the infamous DR200 Farm Special from Invercargill. So that's heading home. So I've got to try and find some space for that again. And it does need some work. You may remember from the live streams that I did, because you've not seen the videos yet of the trip. From the live streams, the tappets were very rattly, and it wasn't down to a poor adjustment. I checked that was fine, but basically the top of the valves, at least one of them, has mushroomed, and the adjuster bolt has gone concave, and we're going to see all of that because I've ordered all the parts to fix it, because the bike deserves to be fixed, obviously, after what it put up with. And so we're going to pull the head off. There'll be a video doing that. Pull the head off, strip the head down. We'll inspect all the parts, and I'll explain what the problem is. It's a pretty regular issue. Other brands, I won't want to name it, but other brands do have a similar issue with the farm bikes, because they tend to be so low geared that the riders tend to, rev them really hard, hold them on high revs rather than be bothered to change gear. But maybe the left hand is busy holding a little lamb or something, so they can't change gear. I don't know. But they do struggle. They really do. Poor little bikes. They get hammered. And that bike, that one was on one of the Landcorp farms for 4 years, and there was so much wrong with it that they just threw it on the scrap heap. They didn't even bother to fix it. Very sad. The other one is blue. It's exactly the same model, different year. No idea what year it is. And it's been in a barn for many years. And a good friend of mine was on farm delivering another bike, and he spotted it, and he said to the farmer, "Do you want that?" And he said, "Nah, take it away." So he got it for me, which is very nice of him. So I've got some more bits now, and I actually would like to get it running because I don't have a blue one, and I've never seen a blue one, so it'd be good to get it all fixed up. And the tank does have a big dent in it, so I want to pressurize the fuel tank and see if I can pop the dent out, and that'll be a good video in itself.